My lights are down. Oh, I'm live. Okay. Let's try this one more again. This is Nikki, apparently, again, with this homeschool life. And I'm doing 2020-2021 homeschool curriculum picks for 6th grade. Let's hop right into it because I got cut off from the previous live. Okay, for math, my 6th grader is doing Beast Academy. Now, don't be put off by the 4. It really doesn't mean 4th grade because if you know the scope and sequence of Beast Academy, it will cover a range of grade levels, 4th, 5th, 6th, even a little bit of 7th. I think there might even be some 8th grade elements in here. So I start here because it's a very rigorous math curriculum program, and it involves a lot of critical thinking. So I start low and we build up. Okay, so that's math. My son is also taking Beast Academy online this semester. This is the first year that Beast Academy is offering an actual class based off the books. So, and I love the class. I'll have a review on that eventually. Okay, reading. For those of you who have been following me, you know I love Margaret Collins. She has influenced me. And for reading, I've decided to start with Shakespeare. So we are doing A Midsummer Night's Dream. This is a unit study from Stacy Lloyd on teacherspayteachers.com, also known as TPT. She's one of my favorite sellers. And for literature units, she's the bomb. So we're doing A Midsummer Night's Dream. We have about 2 weeks left, and we have the the kiddie version and then the scary version. But we're working through it. At least my kids aren't afraid to see a 1,000-page plus book. So that's kind of a win right there. So for reading, we'll do this. And then I think the next book is Romeo. No, I think it's 12th Night. I forget. We'll do that. And then we'll take a break. And then we'll go into our themed reading, which is now adventure reading, because my 4th grader was doing it. So my 6th grader was like, oh, wait, adventure reading sounds fun. Let me get in on this. So we're reading Journey, Jules Verne. We're doing a lot of creative reading. I mean, reading where you really use your imagination. Plus, there are good movies involved. So we have Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth and Around the World in 80 Days. And we'll be kicking off with Treasure Island. Okay, so that will be our reading. Shakespeare followed by adventure reading. Okay, and then Animal Farm. And Animal Farm we'll do later on in the semester since the kids are really gung-ho about Shakespeare and the readings. Now, I do Animal Farm. Well, I did it with my oldest one. Hey, Tanitra. I like to start in middle school, which is the logic stage. And I'll talk about that in another video. But with Animal Farm, and this is my favorite version. I have about 4 or 5 different versions. But I love this book because it's got pictures and colors. Who says when you get older you don't want pictures and colors? That's BS. So beautiful book. Beautiful book. It is the 50th anniversary edition. Cop a copy of that. So the reason why I do Animal Farm, the story is timeless. And right when you start to hit the logic and you start being more aware of your surroundings and you start questioning more, you start running into, and then your peer group changes. You start getting into fallacies. It's a perfect introduction. In Animal Farm, Squealer, I think he covers almost all the bad arguments in here, but you really get to see it up, and you really get to see the fallacies up close and personal in Animal Farm. And these 2 books, I just found this one this year. This is really my teacher spine for logic. I love it. And then this is a fun book for the kids to read so they can start being, immersed in what the fallacies look like. And it's like a cartoon style book. Well, not cartoon style, but pictures on every page, pictures for every fallacy, which is awesome. So that I'll do toward the end of the semester. Okay. Science. Excuse me, guys. Let me have some more of my clean tea. I was under the weather yesterday. Oh my gosh, it hit me like a brick truck. I mean, a Mack truck. but I took a couple of drops of oregano oil, some elderberry, and I had some turmeric tea all throughout the day and some vitamin C, and I'm feeling a lot better. Okay, so for science, we're doing the building blocks of science. Why do I have book 5, which is grade 5? Because my kids are doing science together. So my 6th grader, I brought him down to 5th grade, and my 4th grader, I raised him up to 5th grade. So we've only just started this because we've had construction going on in our house for 2 months, and right now, next week will be the first week we haven't had somebody in our house asking me questions. Oh, can you come look at this? Or we can't get this, or this is back order. So next week we'll really be going full force with this, and we're starting with chemistry. So we'll see how that goes. My oldest one, I'm pulling him in, but I have something else for him, and I'll talk to you about that when I do 8th grade curriculum. All right, so for science, it's building blocks of science. This was just the student text. You also have a lab book and the student book. All right. History. Okay. History is a doozy. All right. I had planned. What had happened? I planned to start with ancient African civilization. But then with my oldest one, we're doing readings, The Warrior Mindset, and we have been going through Sun Tzu, The Art of War. And my kids are kind of fascinated because they're all into war and battles and stuff. And so when I told them Sun Tzu, he's from China and blah, 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 they were, oh, well, let's learn about China. So, we got to learn about China. So what I revised. So we're spending 2 weeks on China, 2 weeks on India in this Kush Valley, 2 weeks on Mesopotamia, 2 weeks on the Aztec, Incan, Mayan periods. And then that's about 8 weeks. So that will take us up until Thanksgiving, or that time period that you guys call Thanksgiving. And then we'll start our ancient African civilization, and we'll just ride that out because that's going to be a good 8 weeks right there. 4 weeks just on Egypt, and then the other weeks and all the other classical kingdoms during that time. So we're starting. So this is kind of like the spine because I don't know that much about credible sources for ancient China. What was the perspective of these writers? So I don't know. So I feel DK is pretty solid, and I can kind of vet it out pretty easily. So for this, we started reading that. We've been overdosing on the National Geographic, although you have to watch out with National Geographic. But in terms of just the visuals, you can't mess that up. So they've been really enjoying the visuals. We've been learning about the terracotta warriors, the Ming Dynasty, the Qin Dynasty. And then I pulled 2 books from Bookshark that my son did last year. And this is just literature unit, a literature book about China. Okay. And I have another one, but that's right now we're kind of at max capacity for everything we're doing. And I haven't even brought in Spanish. I don't know how I'm going to fit that in. I'm going to have to regroup come next week. Okay, so that's history. And I also have TPT units on each of the ancient time periods. I didn't bring it up, but I'll show you that in another video because those are pretty cool, okay? Grammar. Okay, so here we go. Oh, writing. So we're doing book 3, Writing and Rhetoric. It is a favorite in our house and very solid. All of my kids, like it, they know what to expect, and the readings are fun, and I don't get as much fuss. Well, my 4th grader is starting to fuss up. That's another story. But Writing and Rhetoric by Classical Academic Press, that is, I have a big glare on here. That's book 3. Y'all see that? Book 3, Writing and Rhetoric, and grammar. So y'all know from a previous video, I hated this. Well, I didn't hate it. I just didn't know where it was going. But then another viewer said, hey, give it a try. My kids love it. And that viewer, that subscriber, I love all her curriculum picks. We're kind of on the same page with our philosophy. So I blew the dust off, brought it back, and it's fun, actually. I have all my kids doing it. So we're on level 1B, and that's going along fine. The real spine is really Michael Clay Thompson's Grammar Island. And the reason why I'm doing 2 curriculum books is because I find that my kids learn best with a story or literature-based curriculum. And this is story-based. And then this really is like the application part. I can really, have them, I can really see them working. Like they need the practice. And I don't think this has enough, or the pages aren't like I would want. Good for reading and getting the big picture. Good for the application and the doing part. So that's grammar. And Spanish, I have about 5 different Spanish curriculum things. Right now, the kids are just doing Duolingo until I figure that out. I'm trying to, child, it's Spanish. We just gonna try to get through it. And then I have Evermore. That's not really curriculum. It's their supplements. I'll have a video on that. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I think that's everything. I love that one. Which one? Oh, the writing and rhetoric. I hope to use writing and rhetoric in about 2 years. Well, go ahead while you're waiting those 2 years. Get on eBay, and you can save your searches and get notified when the thing that you're searching for is listed. Do that, and then just keep watching them until you find one that is at a price that you want to pay, and then get them all and set them on the shelf until you are ready to use them. So if you guys have any questions, that's 6th grade. I know it's a middle school and things are, ramping up, but really it doesn't have to. I really feel middle school is a time to just really sit in and hone in on the foundations and the basics and have fun. Start really try to make it fun because, your kid is getting a little bit older, hormones, things like that. And that's when kids start to pull away from you. So really, I'm trying to make this fun. That's why when they said they wanted to bench and they wanted to do China, I'm like, let's do what you want to do. Because in the end, it's really what your kids want. Follow your child's lead, but with some guidelines, and have fun with your kids because they do grow so fast. So I'm like, that's fine. So so far we have not changed curriculum. And if we do, I'll let you know. And that's it. So I'm going to get out of here unless you guys have any questions. Yes, you're having fun with your kids. Hey, homeschool. Yes. The one thing I'm finding, and one reason why I like Stacy Lloyd from Teachers Pay Teachers, and I like her units, is because she's like, these kids deserve to have lesson plans and worksheets or books or materials crafted in a loving way, like picture books are for the younger kids. You see all those elementary materials, and they have all the borders, the frames, the clip art, all that work put into it. Think of the Moffat girls. We need that version for middle school and high school. And girl, Moffat girls, Annie, if you're listening and you want to continue your bankroll, you would kind of move on up the ladder, because I love the Moffat girl stuff. I just wish she would just continue that for the older grades, because I think kids would be more engaged if the work looked like some effort was put into it. Okay. Do you do all your subjects every day? Heck no. Are you kidding? Let me tell you. How do you pace it? I'm new to this. That's all right. Don't be sorry, honey. Never be sorry for a question. I don't do everything every day. As you can see, I haven't even cracked open the Spanish books. So what I do for history and science, I use a block schedule. I'm going to do a video on block schedules and loop schedules. A block schedule, just a fancy way of saying you take a certain subject and you only do it so many times a week, and that's it. You don't do it every day. Some subjects you need to do every day, like a foreign language or math. But for science and your social sciences and science, those are great subjects to combine multiple grades, okay? And you don't have to do it every day. You're not going to forget where France is if you don't study geography every day. You're not going to forget, because those social sciences, there aren't day-to-day learning. What am I looking for? How math has all the operations that you have to use or you lose it. Same with spelling, with the social sciences, you don't have to do it every day, for your child to still retain it and get something out of it. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's history and it's science. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. As a matter of fact, for writing, we do writing 4 days a week. Now, my youngest one needs that 5th day, but I'm starting to wean him off because Fridays is our life skills day. So that's one less day of homeschooling. And I'm comfortable with that schedule because I know we're going to homeschool longer. We're going to homeschool past June, and we just have a longer year, but we go at a slower pace and we don't do everything every day. So math is every day. Writing is every day. Reading, it's every day. Now, everything else, the logic, if I do it twice a week, if I do it once a week, I'm okay with it. But what you can do, if you find there are a number of subjects that you just feel you really have to get in, or maybe your kids are really excited about it, do it for 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Like for logic, now I'm really pushing it. I need to be doing Spanish, really. I don't have to be doing logic in 6th grade, but it's fun. So I'm like, okay, well, we're just gonna focus on ad hominem. Now, for those of you who have studied logic, there are about 6, 7 different kinds of ad hominems, fallacies, and we're just focused on circumstantial ad hominems, just one. And if we do one a week, that's 4 fallacies in a month. That's more than most people get in their entire lives. So I'm okay with just taking one, reading a cartoon about it, looking on YouTube for examples of it, and then we just talk about it for the rest of the week. But we use the book. We have some kind of audio visual one day, and then the next days, you can do that 15 minutes right before bedtime or during lunch or during dinner time, or if you guys work out, if you take walks after dinner or walks in the morning, you need to have a talk about that really quickly. So you can sneak in the learning if you feel you need more days, but just know you don't have to have 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 55 minutes. Take 10 minutes. If you do 10 minutes a day, you're fine, okay? Not for the main subjects, but for the other things, just 10 minutes, which is a good time for you to start practicing what makes a good discussion. Your child can learn so much from great discussions. How do I ask questions of my child? And when I get those answers, how do I take those answers, that feedback, and redirect it to make my child go deeper with what he said or what she said? So once you start, I need to do a video on that, because learning, as a matter of fact, I have a book on, where is it? I'll find it later. Y'all remind me in the comments. I read the comments. It talks about how to generate great discussions with anybody. And so for those other subjects, for geography, social studies, logic, just have discussions. You don't have to sit down for a whole period of time. If you're driving your child somewhere, talk to them in the car. That counts, okay? So don't kill yourself trying to do everything. I did that before, and then I stopped doing stuff, and I felt guilty, and then just a whole cycle of self-doubt and failure. And next thing you know, you try to call local public school. Are you still taking enrollments? So don't worry about that. All right, any more questions? Okay, I love writing and rhetoric, but my 7th grade daughter isn't having any fun. Any suggestions? She's a great student and gets her work done, but I've noticed she doesn't retain new skills. Okay. Hey, Cynthia, did you get your community prize thing? No, actually you did. You already emailed me. Okay. So which book is your daughter using, Cynthia? And is this her first foray into writing and rhetoric? Because one thing you have to watch out, especially for those older students, and this is really with any student, when you're starting a new curriculum, there's going to be a little bit of pushback, because now they're having to learn something new, and there's all kinds of things going on. It's a little bit more work until they get into a groove. Just like when I was using the well-ordered language, it was something new, and I put it away. And no, I'm sorry, all about spelling. I was like, oh my God, so many different wheels. I put it away, and then a year later I came back to it, and I love it. It works. So it's just that uncomfortable period, I give it about 6 weeks. That's just me. I give it about 6 weeks to see if my child is just resistant because it's something new. But once they start to know the rhythm, are they starting to like it then? Or is your child personality type very different from that type of writing? Maybe your child is more structure based and they need to see something different on paper versus, you know, stories and, you know, all of that. So that goes back to your child's learning style. Hold on, let me see. She doesn't retain any new skills. So if you're talking about new skills with writing and rhetoric for 7th grade, let me know what book you're using. Because I know for the first 3 books, it's really amplification, summary, because they're talking about narratives, basically. And then when you get into the CREA, and what's book 5? I forget. You start getting a little bit more into the building parts of writing a story, but not a lot of new skills are introduced for writing. So it could just be one that, and I would say, I said I wasn't going to do this, but this is what I do. This is when your child, okay, if you are confident in your sidebar, when you are confident in your curriculum, but your child, you figured out, okay, this is going to work with my child's learning style. This is at their grade level, what they can, not grade level, but at their level, they can handle it. If you check the box on that, sometimes you might need a supplement, okay? A lot of times, what I've done, and if you watch my video on writing and rhetoric, because my child was hating it, we had to take a step back, and we had to slow it down. A lot of times, put the curriculum down for a week, at least a week, and then pull out a supplement, something that's fun, something that's easy, something to kind of get them going so they don't develop a dislike, a strong dislike or hatred of that subject. Oh, I hate writing. I'm never good at it. No, give them something that is the total opposite of that. And so for that, I like the 6 traits of writing. It's very fun. It's very concrete because writing can be very abstract. This is concrete. It gives you the shop talk, the language. You're talking about voice, organization, ideals, the sentence structure, the sentence fluency, the conventions, which is just grammar. So this is, can y'all see that? Yeah, so and it's easy. You do 1 page a day. So take a step back from writing and rhetoric and pull something like this out. I love this because it's tried and true, and you can see at a glance. Like if you're saying she's forgetting her skills, then you can go, oh shoot, I have part 2. Okay, here, let me show you an example of one. All right, so you can go to the beginning of Evan Moore, and there's a scope and sequence, okay? And it has really the skills that you're going to be working on. You see that? So right here, you see this? Reading comprehension, vocabulary, punctuation, and then it gets more detailed. So but this would be for if you have the writing book. So if you have the writing book, you can see, okay, this is a skill that she's forgetting, she's not retaining. And then you turn to that section in the book and you work on that skill, okay? And do that for the whole week. And then slowly ease back into writing and rhetoric. It's totally okay. Remember, you're homeschoolers. It's totally okay to moonwalk back and then step forward when you need to. Hold on, I have a whole bunch of comments. Let's see here. Hey, Shatoina. Girl, I don't know how to say your name. Is it Shatoina? Shatoina? Give me the actual pronunciation for slow people spelling, because I know I need to say your name correctly. I just know you from Texas, though, so you're my Texas twin sister. Okay, yes, Cynthia, you said yes. I'm not sure what you're saying yes to. Hey, T. Collins. We're using the first one. Oh, okay, we tried it 3 years ago, and she didn't like it then. Okay, that's the Fable one. Okay, so 3 years ago, 7th, 6th, 5th, so she was in 4th grade. So what was it that she was not liking? Because remember, my child didn't like it either. So is it just the book itself because it's story-based, or is it she's got to do sentence, she's got to do narration? She doesn't like narration. Then it's dictation. Is there a certain part in the book that she's not liking, or is it everything overall? So we want to get down to what it is. It could be maybe she doesn't like the grammar part that's involved, or maybe she doesn't really care for the narrations. The dictation. No, I'm sorry, the telling it back part. So what part are you seeing? Because what you want to do before you just ditch that curriculum is pull back, bring in a supplement, take her mind off of that, and then go back to it. But definitely go up until like lesson 5. Okay, that's when my child had his turning point. Go up to lesson 5 and see if it's see if you see any trends from each lesson. You're seeing, oh, she hates this part of the lesson, so this might be the culprit. You can probably take that out, or maybe do half of it, or do it in an oral form. Maybe she doesn't like the writing part, actual writing part. You can just have her do it orally, and then you can transcribe it. So there's lots of ways to skin that cat. Okay. What are your thoughts on the good and the beautiful? The good and the beautiful. What was the homeschooler? That was huge. I think Homeschool On. I first heard about it from I forget her name, from Homeschool On, and everyone was raving about it. I never looked at it, but I know a lot of people either they liked it or they didn't like it, or they tried it. They gave it a try and it just wasn't working for them. But I felt pretty good with the curriculum that I had, so I can't give you much on it. Anyone in the chat, if you use the good and the beautiful, can you tell us what your experiences were? I'm interested on your thoughts on the good and the beautiful too. Okay, both of y'all. No, I think let's see. I think Serena from Falco Company, she used it. Actually, a lot of homeschoolers used it. I think maybe Erica from My Busy Bees and Me, she may have dabbled in it. But a number of people, they've liked it. Some of them have left. I really don't know why. I didn't really follow it because I wasn't looking for any new curriculum. But sorry, I can't help you out on that, guys. But those of you who have used it, let us know. Yes, Evan Moore. Evan Moore is great, guys. Let me tell you. Evan Moore, look, I got Evan Moore spelling. Evan Moore, 6 traits of writing, language review. I got the math and I got the science. Why? When I'm having a bad day, when my kids are having a bad day, I'm like, go grab some Evan Moore and disappear. And that's exactly what they'll do. When I'm working with, okay, case in point, yesterday I was struggling. The workers were in our bathroom pounding, and the boys' room is on the other side of the bathroom. And downstairs, my husband was having a conference, so there was so many, I couldn't go anywhere in the house, and there were still little smidgens of smoke outside, so I didn't want to go outside. So I was really annoyed. Then both my kids are working on their Beast Academy, and both of them had problems at the same time, and I didn't know how to solve those problems. I'm like, oh Lord, I don't have time. I didn't have time to kind of look it over, and I was so exhausted from just everything. So I told the baby, the youngest one, I said, go get your Evan Moore. I don't care what subject you grab, but do a whole week's worth. So that will give me at least 15, maybe 20 minutes of time to work with your brother, because his stuff was a little bit harder, so I needed more brain power. And that's what he did. So I think he did daily geography because that's the easiest for him. So I like those for your get out of jail free card for you, the mom. Also, just to kind of see where your children are with their skills. You can see, really quickly things that they need to work on, things they haven't been exposed to, or things they forgot. So Evan Moore is like a multi-purpose, it's like all-purpose flour. Just find the situation and plug it in. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. All right. Let's see. The Good and the Beautiful is long and tedious. Okay. Are there any black pictures in the one you have? That bothers me if I can't find any. All right. Is long. Are there any black pictures in the one you have? In what? Which curriculum are you talking about, T. Collins? Are there any black pictures in the one you have? I don't know if you're talking to me. Oh, you might be talking to Cynthia. Oops. Okay, you are. Sorry. All right. Shatona, long O, short A. Oh, Shatona. I got it. Hey, Shatona. Okay, I use the good and the beautiful, and when it comes to the pictures, it's not diversified enough, in my opinion. You know, I think I did hear about that, and that's honestly, guys, until you there's not that there aren't many curriculum choices out there where you're going to have a diversified selection of people. And like I know woke homeschooling, which I do have, and I'm going to hopefully get into next semester, depending on how long ancient civilization is. Oh no, because we have the Renaissance after that. I'll probably do woke during the summertime, but it's really hard. You're going to have to cobble pieces together. Just know you're just going to have to do that because there's a market if you want to put something together so, you know, everyone's face can be seen and heard, and those stories can be seen and heard. So, yeah, that's probably why I didn't pay that much mind to it either. Okay. Oh, yeah, Rebecca from Homeschool On. Wait, no, Rebecca didn't do the good and the beautiful. She did Gather Around Homeschool. I forget who did the good and the beautiful. I don't remember. Okay, let's see. They Were Mad, the writer of was a mom. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, she tried to hide it too. Yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, there was like a little drama going on. Yeah, I remember. Okay, let's see. I looked at the free download only because I was curious about all the chat about it. In my opinion, having all the subjects in one is not ideal. I feel each subject needs their okay. Y'all giving me so many video ideas. Here's something, okay. So when you're looking for a curriculum, you have an all-in-one like Bookshark or Moving Beyond the Page. And then you have not that, where you just piece together a la carte everything. Now, as you can tell, well, for me, I use Bookshark history. I didn't use everything that they had together. I liked it, but there were just areas where I thought, oh, I feel this curriculum is stronger. I'm going to use that instead. So when you're looking at the all-in-ones, you have to look at every subject very carefully to see that it all aligns with what you want your homeschool to look like. Because some things, some all-in-one packages, they have all intensive subjects. I mean, the curriculum, everything is intensive, and it's like swimming in 8 feet deep water with cement bricks on your feet. So you have to watch out for some of that stuff. And then other all-in-ones are very lightweight. They give you a lot, but it's lightweight. And it's almost like eating Chinese food. You're hungry, like 30 minutes later, your kid is asking you, Mom, what's a predicate? You know, some basic stuff they forget. So you got to watch out for the all-in-ones. Because number one, they're also very pricey. And if you don't like it, you're kind of really, you know, stuck with it. Okay, let's see. I looked up, okay, readers are not diverse at all, so we don't use them. Okay, we're talking about the readers. Now, here's the thing. Someone was saying the good and the bad. I'm sorry, the good and the beautiful. The readers are not diversified enough. Now, the one thing I do like with Bookshark, well, not with me, but I have one of the books. The books are pretty diverse. The Africa is okay. That's because I know too much. But for, like, my son did Eastern Hemisphere last year, and I was pleasantly surprised with the diversity of the books and the kind of books that were chosen. They were very well thought out, because I went and looked at the authors, and I was looking at everything. So I'm like, no, I can't be bringing in history. And so I was really pretty pleasantly surprised. For the American history, the 3/4, that's the accelerated one where you do your American history in 1 year instead of 2 years. Ooh, you have to look at those books. The first 2 books, I had to sit down with my children and tell them why each picture was wrong. And by wrong, I'm like, just straight up, this did not happen. Or, you know, people weren't in pretty dresses, hair perfectly coiffed, washing clothes, and then you see slaves coming off the ship, off the boat. That's not how that went down. So you have to watch out. But they had some strong books. But for history, you're just going to have to pre-read or look through those books with a fine-tooth comb. and reading and the literature as well. Okay, let's see. Grab an Evan Moore and disappear. Yep, get you some Evan Moores. Now look, I might have to make a Patreon account, because I know a lot of ways to get free resources. Some of it might not be on the up and up, but I know it's COVID. A lot of people have lost their jobs, or they've been downsized with the number of hours that they're working. And it's just a hard time for a lot of people. And I haven't really seen a lot of booksellers or curriculum publishers really lower their prices to reflect that. Now, that's another discussion. Y'all DM me. DM me. All right, let's see. Blossom and Root looks great. Black, Hispanic, Native American voices in it. What? Blossom and Root? I haven't heard of that, T. Collins. Put me in the loop. Guys, breaking news. Blossom and Root. I don't know if that's a publisher or just the name of the curriculum sets, but apparently you have some diversified voices in that. Give us some more information. Okay, it's for history. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Blossom and Root. I also just bought Oh Freedom. Yes, I got Oh Freedom too. You know, they just came out with a high school one too. So I got the secular one, and I mean, I got so much just sitting on my shelf just waiting to be used. Again, I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but all I know is I don't have to do it all. I don't have to do it all in the typical 9 months of a school year. There's still summer. There's still holidays where you just tell them, before you get on that Xbox, I need 30 minutes of your time. You know? Heck, you might even have to bribe them, do some, Jedi mind tricks. Yes, don't sleep. Oh, don't sleep on Evan Moore's STEM lessons and challenges. What? I've never heard of STEM lesson and challenge. Is that a title? Is that a title for Evan Moore? Or these are the printouts? Oh, by the way, never mind. I would recommend, if you have a whole bunch of kids, get the PDF, get the email version so you can print it out. Don't do what I did. Print it out back, front and back. So it's not as, it's not this thick. But yes, because Evan Moore is kind of pricey, that $20 to $24 range, and you got a couple of kids, and if you want to get a lot of different subjects, get the email, not the email, get the electronic version. Okay, what are your thoughts on the Okay, what are your thoughts on the 1619 project that they've been talking about in the news for history and the curriculum? Okay, so the 1619 project, I do have mixed feelings about that. For those of you who follow Yvette Carnell from Breaking Bad, she did a wonderful video breakdown on the 1619 project. Came out of either the New York Times or New York. It's a number of editors that got together. There is a curriculum. I looked through the curriculum, and the curriculum is very well put together. I don't think it's on their main website. I think someone else put it up, but still kind of affiliated with the project. I'm not sure, but I have some issues with some things that the perspective, I'll just say that they take it on some things. That's because hold on, let me just show you some of these things. Let me make sure I don't have a bra over here or something. When you have these kind of books, now I haven't read all of them, but I've opened all of them and read at least a chapter or two. But when you have, Lord, I done knocked everything down. All right. So when you have books like this, can y'all see that? Let me move up here. All my junk. When you have stuff like this, and I do read, not all the way through, but a lot of times it's just I need to read 2 or 3 chapters from this to get it going. Some things, I've read all of it, like the ISIS papers and Destruction of Black Civilization, despite my family makeup. So there are some things about it that you know, I'm okay with, but the intention of the creators, so that could be another discussion. That could be, we should have like a little, I know it's Friday night. Y'all, I just got turned on to Tasha K from Atlanta, the gossip lady. And I'm really into the gossip stuff now. So, but if you guys want to have like, you know, hot topic talks or whatever, we can definitely do that. Maybe I should make a Facebook page or something. Okay, so T Collins, yes, if you remind me, let's have everybody go check out the 1619 project, and then like this weekend, because I'm going to be on this weekend, we can talk more about it. I want people to get more information about it. Okay, I love Sunlight, sister company to Bookshark. It's not really all in one, sis. It centers history, then you choose everything else to build your box. Like I get my Singapore and all about spelling, all about reading order. Yeah, so you can build. So they're still all in ones, but you can build it just like Moving Beyond the Page. You can piecemeal it together, but the whole spirit of the programs is your one-stop shop for all the subjects. So yes, you can build it. I only Bookshare is not all in one. No, it is an all-in-one. They build themselves as an all-in-one that can be completed 4 days a week. You can choose how much of it you want to use. Like I only pull out the history part, the reading through history part. But if you wanted to get the whole all-in-one, that's like, you know, it's like $800-900. So there you go. Okay, let's see. I looked at Blossom and Root because I like to put my eyes on this stuff. Everybody is coming with some American history in this climate, but they don't have anything else. Check book list and done. Yeah. Okay, so wait, I looked at Blossom and Root because I like to put my eyes on this stuff. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure I'm understanding you, Shatona. Okay, check Renaissance Suitcase. It's picture books for early elementary. We are going over their first month, which is centered around immigration. Excellent for a family, and we are Mexican American. Okay, guys, so here's a recommendation. It's called Renaissance Suitcase. That's interesting because you got the travel aspect with the suitcase, and then the Renaissance, you know, where, you know, the Renaissance man, where you are a master in all subjects and trades. You are, you know, the arts and the sciences, essentially. So I like the title of that. Okay, let's see. I have never seen anything that inclusive. Oh, so guys, check out Renaissance Suitcase. Okay, we'll check that out. Let's see. Yes, but it's like TGTB. Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourself. TGTB touts one book with reading, spelling, grammar, art. Okay, all in one text. Oh, you want an all-in-one curriculum. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. It's going to be hard to find a good one. Most are lacking. That's the thing with all-in-one. You might love the reading component to it, but hate the science. You might love the history, but hate the writing. So I know a lot of people who are new to homeschooling or who don't want to use the bandwidth to try to put together by piecemeal. They'll just go for an all-in-one. But honestly, guys, you know, you got to start somewhere. It's a very expensive start unless, you know, someone gifts it to you. That's great. But it's a very expensive start. Honestly, what I've told some of my clients that I've consulted, I say start free, everything free. And I tell them how to get that stuff for free, even the stuff that's for sale. But I say start free because if I showed you my vault, well, actually it's a little cubby under the stairs, of all the curriculum stuff in there that I just can't let go because I'm thinking, well, I might use it again, or my grandbabies might use it. And I hate to, you you have a curriculum that's discontinued and then the new one comes out and everyone says, oh, the original was the best. I always think, what if this is like the original, the best? And then I have, there's nothing but crap out there. But I've wasted so much money. It's shameful. And if I would have started with just free things and learn my child style, what they're interested in, and then just really read reviews and talked to more people before I bought something, Go on to Facebook. There are so many Facebook groups that have homeschool swap and sell or swap and share. I'm on one now, and that way you can get. As a matter of fact, this book, I got the 2A and 2B for free. She was done with homeschooling. She wasn't even trying to make no money. She was like, here, it's for free. I was typing my information in so fast. But yeah, try to get that stuff for free in the beginning. That's, people talk about a handbag addiction, a shoe addiction, curriculum shopping. That will put you in the poorhouse. You will bump into bankruptcy. Buy books. A book bankruptcy. All right, let's see. Curiosity Chronicles is a history curriculum. We are just starting. The selling point is world history is told from different points of views in the world and not just a European view. All right, guys, write this stuff down. We have Renaissance Suitcase. We're talking about history curriculum. I think Renaissance is just history. It might be reading. Renaissance Suitcase and Curiosity Chronicles. And I think there was one more, Blossom and the Roots. Okay, I think Shatona, I don't know if she was feeling that. Oh, I'm telling you that the good and the beautiful language has one book. Oh, I'm sorry, Shatona. You were saying that one is not the all-in-one. Okay, I got you. Okay, I can't wait to start Curiosity Chronicles history. Guys, I haven't heard of Curiosity Chronicles. Is that new? Is that new? Because I'm starting to feel like I know everything, but apparently I don't, and that's fine. Hold on, I'm scrolling back because I missed something here. All right, who else has used Curiosity Chronicles? I think that's 2 people so far. I looked at Curiosity Chronicles and it seemed very whitewashed, not for me. Uh-oh, well, T. Collins says it looked whitewashed. Look, hold on. I'm gonna go there right now. Hold on, guys, hold on. What is it, Curiosity? All right, Curiosity Chronicles. Review. Oh, ancient history. Okay, let's see. Snapshots of ancient history. Kathy Duffy Homeschool Curriculum Reviews. Okay, so it's been around for a minute. Goodreads. Okay, so I'm gonna check that out. What part did you think was whitewashed, T. Collins? I'm looking at it now. Okay, Drop Dead Studios publishers. Okay, let's see. No. When I look at ancient history, that was my thing with Story of the World. They apparently only Greece and Rome was in the ancient world because they had like 2 columns of the table of contents was all Greece and Rome. And then, hold on, I got to see you guys. So like this part, two columns of the table of contents, this whole column, like this little part, little ancient Egypt, little Mesopotamia, little China, little India, and the Aztecs, Incans, and then the rest of the one column, and then the whole other column was all Romans and Greeks. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Half of all this civilization was here before the Greeks and the Romans even uttered a sentence. All this stuff was going there. All these civilizations were ancient before Greece and Rome came. They were the new, modern age. So yeah, that was my main thing with Stories of the World. All right, let's see. I'll look through Curiosity Chronicles. I might have to call them and see, hey, give me a copy so I can review it. Okay, I haven't gotten into it yet. We're just beginning. Okay, I'm saying that I'm not a fan because each subject needs their own curriculum. Yeah, so, okay. And I understand that. For some things, you just want to go, you want depth, with what you're reading. How are you liking well-ordered language? Does it overcomplicate the teaching of grammar? No, that was why I dropped it like a hot potato last year. Okay, so I need to pull the old book. We just started this one. But with well-ordered language, Oh, yeah. What if I can take this off so you can see it? All right. All right. Let me just turn. Hold on. I'm only doing this because I'm having my child write his name in cursive before he forgets, and our last name is on some of these pages. So we ain't gotten this far in the book. All right. So when you're looking at, let me go to one lesson. When you're going to, can I get to the next chapter? Well, come on. All right. All right. So you got your reading because classical academic press, they love their stories. All right. Now, when you look at, okay, they're doing compound verbs. They're going to be doing compound verbs forever and ever. And they're going to do it. It's a lot of practice, you see? And it's not a lot of work for each page. So it's a lot of white space. So your child is not overwhelmed with a lot of work to do each page. But, I mean, like, how many times did I flip this book? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get it all situated. I'm getting a document camera. I think 8 or 9 pages just on compound verbs. What was that? 11, 12 pages? 13, 20, 21? What was that? 20 something pages? So, needless to say, this is a mastery based approach. So, you know, you might have to skip a couple of pages, you know, to kind of get through it. But that's what we're doing, just because we also have the Michael Clay Thompson Grammar Island, but it really does beat things into the ground. But I know for grammar, sometimes you need that because you will forget. You will forget. Okay, let's see. You guys are active. It's Friday. If I'd known that, I would have brought a little snack in here. Usually I have some off to the side. Okay, how well are you liking? Okay. So does it overcomplicate T columns? No. It overbeats the concept into your child's head. But it does make sure your child knows. All right, let's see. All the curriculum haha we have is first, language lessons, writing with ease, writing and rhetoric, institutes for excellence in writing. Look at all these acronyms. I feel like I'm back in the military. The good and the beautiful, and that's just language arts. Diana. Hey, Diana. Yes. That's my Achilles with English language arts. I have probably 5 curriculum. I'm like saying curriculum. I have 5 curriculum choices for each part: for spelling, for grammar, for writing, for reading. It's just too much. But sometimes what you can do is just kind of pull something out, mix it up, take a break for a day or a couple of days or a week, then go back to something. So you know, just manipulate stuff, guys. We're homeschoolers. We can do what we want, quiet as it's kept. Okay, look at the table of contents of Curiosity Chronicles. It does not seem European to me. Some people even leave it because it jumps from one place to the other and trying to be faithful to the chronology. Okay, and that's another thing. Do you want your history chronologically based? Do you want it presented in terms of themes? And that's kind of what we're doing, theme based. So sometimes you can go all over the place, because with the themes you're making connections. So what's going on in China in say 1940, you know, you want to know what's going on in 1940 in the rest of the world or in America. You know, sometimes you might go all over the place because you're trying to show, oh, what's going on at the same time. There is a YouTube channel, I think it's called Home Team History. Let me pull it up. And they always talk about what were the Africans doing during the Renaissance, or what was, they always talk about what was going on here in this part of the world when things were going on in this part of the world. And I really like that because, excuse me, I really like making those connections. Home, I think it's home. Is it hometown, guys? Who knows? I know some of you guys know. I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone. No, I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone. All right, so here we go. It's home. They just had something today that came out. Hold on. Actually, I need to clean up my all my notifications. I get so much. Hometown. Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Home team history. Origin of African kingdoms. Well, let me just show you what some of them are.
Continent of Africa.
Okay, real quick. Bear with me, guys. But this is really good. And the videos are very short. Like, I don't think anything is over like 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. What was going on in Africa during the Inquisition? Y'all see all that? Y'all see that? So it is African based, but they tie in other cultures just by virtue of what's going on. Were women the first mathematicians? The role of Africans in World War I and II. What was going on in Africa during the reign of Alexander the Great? So those are great little tidbits of information. Great discussion starters. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Look at the table. Okay, we did that one. Besides Oh Freedom and Blossom and Root, I would like to build my own history curriculum. Too much propaganda. And that's what a lot of people do. I think you should do that and then sell it to us. You already have a built-in audience, because a lot of people, they want that. They're just tired of just trying to find the resources and then try to put it together and make sense of it and then teach it. So T. Collins, I have designated you to put something out. We're going to be watching you, girl. All right. How long does a lesson take to do in well-ordered language? And did you buy the song CD that goes with it? There's a CD that goes with the well-ordered language? I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Oops. Hold on, my mic fell down. I never saw a CD offered. Are you sure a CD comes with well-ordered language? I didn't, well, we don't use one. No. Okay, so to get through a lesson, look, the introductory part, I work, oh God. Okay, this is what I do. And I know I need to make a video on that. Okay, guys, hold on. I got this rigged big time. I'm sorry. So what I do, okay, stay. So what I do, we do the introductory lesson. I make sure he's solid on the concept, okay? When he can do one page with no mistakes, or maybe one because he was just being too fast or being forgetful, then I let him go on and do most of the rest of the pages on his own, because really it doesn't change up that much. And if he hits a pothole, believe me, he'll let me know. So really for grammar, 15 minutes max. It's really just to keep the wheels, keep him familiar with this so he doesn't really forget. So it's nothing, I guess, level 2 might be different, but for levels 1A and 1B, once I go over the concept, what they're talking about, and then he does 1 or 2 pages, then I'm like, okay, cool. You got 15 more pages, rock and roll, have at it. So that's how we do the grammar. Now I also have easy grammar and I have daily grams. I actually like those better. My son actually prefers that format, probably because it says one day and he hits so many different little different parts of grammar, and he feels the sense of accomplishment turning the page. Oh, Mom, I'm on page 37. Mom, I'm on page 42. So he likes that. So I have to kind of tell him when I say grab your grammar book, he's like, which one? And I'm like, you know which one. But there you go. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't take long to do the grammar at all. Okay. Shatona does, we do day 1 together and go through new concepts, and we do the first lesson together. Then it's broken down into ABC. He does each per day as long as he understands it, and it takes him 15 to 20 minutes. Now, Shatona is the reason why I went back to well-ordered language. And so listen to her. That's a great breakdown of how she's using WOL, well-ordered language, with her kids. Okay, let's see. Thank you for sharing, my love. Okay, let's see. I haven't looked into it too much. It's like, oh, build your library. You know what? I'm on their email list, and I love the concept. I just don't have the bandwidth to try to get into build your library. Who's doing it? Let me know how you guys like it. All right, let's see. Have you seen Logic of English for an inclusive language arts program? It covers spelling, grammar, vocabulary. You would just need writing. I think it's incredible, especially for spelling. I actually have a teacher's manual of Logic of English, and then I bought it from a homeschool consignment, or home, like a garage sale, and I have the little cards that go with it, the little small cards. I think I'm missing some component of it. You know what, guys? If you remind me, I'll probably, once I clean up my homeschool room, I'll do a live in there, and then we can go through my bookshelves, and you can see all that stuff. Some of it I'm missing pieces. Some of it I haven't even broken off the shrink wrapping. I heard about it. I said, oh, let me grab it in case I need to try it. But no, that's all I know. I just have the teacher manual, and I have the little cards. That's all I can tell you about Logic of English. Does anyone else help numbers and stars? Yes, the CD teaches the grammar. Are you talking about the CD with the well-ordered language? Because I never saw a CD when I bought it. I think this one, remember, I bought this for all of my sons, but for my middle son, who I first used this with a year or two ago, when I bought it, I got it from Rainbow Resource. I didn't see any CD. So let me make a note of that so I can go check out the CD. Is the CD worth it? Because it seems kind of explanatory, it seems really basic. I don't